Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete, and certified high performance coach. Well, it's Marketing Tuesday, leveraging online courses. What does that mean, and why is it important to you? And I have a course for you at the end of this. So stay tuned because it's a $97 course that I want to give you clarity, to give you focus, to give you a skill you have, but you haven't used it yet. Okay, online courses allow us to duplicate ourselves, leverage ourselves, be able to put yourself out there in a digital form, because once you create it, it can be enjoyed over and over and over again. We only have 24 hours. So we got to use them strategically. We have to prioritize our day. I get up, I drink, I think, I write, journal, I plan, and I implement. I think, I journal, I plan, I implement every single day. Journaling gives us the focus, gives us the ability to release. There's something magical, and it's been proven it rewires our brain. The pen to the paper. The pen to the paper is magical. It allows you to, one, get your thoughts out. Just write. What did you learn the day before? What do you look forward to the day? Exploring ideas, getting things flushed out onto paper. So those are the kind of things that we want to help you with, because we're about influence and impact online. A lot of us have influence and impact, but we haven't leveraged it to go online. So when you can create a course, you're now online. When you create a podcast, you're online. When you create a video, you're online. And those are the digital assets that are going to make you a more abundant, brighter future. And what we mean by that is people are going to meet you and they're going to have an interesting conversation with you. What are they going to do after that? Because they're interested in you, they want to go on a journey to see, who is this person? Said some cool things, piqued my interest, my curiosity. I got their card. I'm going to search them. And if you can't allow me to go on a journey, then the journey's over. So that's why you got to be aware of your courses, how you're delivering value, how you're leveraging yourself, how you're creating those assets. Every podcast we do, we create a seed online. The seed gets watered. Courses can be watering it. Videos can be watering it. More podcasts, because you have to give people a way to go on a journey with you, because every person has like about 150 people that they know, like, and trust, that they recognize. The rest of the stuff goes right over our observation, right over our recognition of things. You ever bought like a car, a colored car, let's say a red Tesla? You see them all over the place because you're now familiar with it. Same with people. If we didn't have this filter, our brain would explode. So it protects us from the information overload that's happening and will happen and will continue to happen. So you've got to pierce that 150 people that people know, like, and trust. To do it, you got to give them reason to get to know, like, and trust you online. So that's your strategy. You have to be aware of the global opportunity, that when I create a video like this, it can be enjoyed halfway around the world. I had a gentleman from Dubai, Carl, on my podcast yesterday. Halfway around the world, we're talking. We've created a podcast. It was a great podcast. A wonderful individual who's creating branding, has had 30 years of branding and building foundations. And now he's been a certified high performance coach for 3 years, and he's moving into a more focus on that area. So we did a podcast. I got a chance to know him. I got a chance to know what it takes to live there. And I didn't know that until I had him on my podcast. So we now have a digital asset in his name. So when people search him, they're going to find that. They're going to find his story. And they're going to go on a journey to get to know, like, and trust him. And that's, if you search my name, just search Pete Kane, put podcast. 5 pages of Google. 5. So you can just put Pete Kane podcast and you can just keep scrolling. So there's plenty out there to get to know me. You may not like me, you may not trust me, but there won't be a shortage of information for you to go on a journey with me. So that's what you have to think about. That's why we give you a free podcast. We'll put that podcast YouTube, Facebook, and sometimes LinkedIn. So 3 platforms get your story. Now, people upgrade it, $37, and they get a thumbnail, they get show notes, they get short videos. They get a more valuable asset. We donate 20 of it to impact our community. So 20 of that goes back into the community. But we want to give you an idea of what's possible. You can have your own show. That's the best way to do it, because podcasting on purpose creates a better future. I see so many people going to networking events after networking events after networking events with no real plan. They just go and they think if they show up everywhere, that will be enough for people to recognize them. It can be, but it also is not enough today because the world is global. People are going to look you up. I meet you at a local event. I search you and I don't find anything. Journey's over. I have too much going on. I'm not going to try to find things. I got to make it easy for me. I had a gentleman and he wanted me to check out all his references. I don't have that time to call people and say, hey, what about Joe? Of course they're going to say he's great. Gave him to me. I mean, is he going to give me people that don't like him? No. But he's a mystery. So the journey's over. I can't have an opportunity. I don't get an opportunity to know, like, and trust. And it's what has happened. It happened quick. And people are familiar with that strategy. Don't do it. But if you are with us in our community, we're going to have 100 podcast niches by next year. We'll be in 100 cities doing live events in the next 3 years. So we do live events. We create podcasts for people. We help them leverage themselves so they have global opportunity. Global. If you don't have a digital profile, you don't exist online. A Facebook, a LinkedIn and a website's not enough. I'm not going to scroll your website. The attention span of people now it went from 19 minutes to 9 seconds in the last 25 years. We have conditioned our brain to think like TikTok. Short videos, be entertained, just train our brain to shorten our attention span. So you got to be aware and you got to allow people to go on a journey with you. And if you do that, the future is bright. So we have 9 online courses. Let me make this a little bit. 9 all supporting the journey, leveraging strategic relationships with podcasting, journaling with podcasting. All of them help you to be a key person of influence online. We have goals, mindset, and habits. I got that reverse. Habit, no, let me think. Mindset, goals, and habits. I know it was flow. Okay. All these courses are intended to help support you. And they were created once. Then every year I'll update them based on new information, but I won't start from scratch. I'll just enhance it. Just like a book. You come out with a book. I like Sean Cannery, I think is his name, YouTube Secrets. He's crushing it. He does live events, and he has 2 or 3 additions to his book. I had a person that wrote a book back in 2018. Can't even get it, maybe at the thrift store or the bookstore, used bookstore. But update those. Update what I'm sure something's happened since 2018 in your life. So update it. Have a new edition. Make it current, not old. Current. So this online world is changing everything. We have a global opportunity. You can be a part of it. Podcast on purpose. Have a plan. Have a strategy. Most, if they don't have a plan and a strategy, will quit. It's great hobby unless you have a plan to monetize it, to make it part of your business. So I'm going to give you a free course. Okay, hold on here. Journaling Set Me Free. My course, $97. You can go to pk.me/journaling. Use the word podcast. It'll waive the $97 fee. If you want to donate that to our community so we can impact our community, we have 4 separate charities, nonprofits we support. Our veterans, Rotary International, drug addiction, and physical therapy, the Shepherd Center, which I spent 39 days there, and it is heaven on earth. So to get this, put the pen to your paper and set you free. You'll get clearer with what you're doing. You'll express yourself through ideas, and you'll start helping support the wonderful brain that we have. We just did yesterday with Jeff Bourgeois, my partner, on several projects. And we talked about HI and AI coming together, both of them coming together. It's all about the magic's in you, but you want to leverage it, just like you're leveraging online courses. Everything is about leverage. Leverage your thoughts. Start journaling today. Set yourself free. Get more clarity. Be able to be more creative. Get your thoughts on paper. Get this thing working for you. You got so much information going on. If you don't get it out, this thing gets cluttered. And if you don't detox the data from your brain and get it out on paper, that thing's going to clog up and it ain't going to work very effectively. So, as I close, these courses support our community, our growth, our podcasting. If you think you'd like to be on my podcast and see what it's like, because everything is about testing, and I'm trying to think, go to pkane.me, just drop the word journaling, and you can schedule a podcast with us. If you are to the point you want a clarity session, I think I have here, just put the word what is it? Clarity. Yeah, clarity. And you can book a 15-minute session with us. Mainly it's me. So book a session, get clear on where you want to go, ask some questions. We have some wonderful podcasts planned today, starting with Daryl Puckett. We have Xana Wolfgang, who's going to interview me, flip the script. We have Chet Beasley that's on later in the day. We're going to talk about the We Cares Vet Expo. He's a veteran. He's growing a business, helping support seniors in this digital transformation that's tough to figure out. But we can't just put it off to the side and not do anything. We got to understand it, how we can use it. And I think I have one other, let me see. Oh, I have a luncheon at a local French bakery with some business people. We're going to connect, we're going to grow, and we're going to help you. So get the journaling, start journaling today, get clarity in your life. And if you want a clarity session, book one. And we'd love to help you have an abundant future and have the future, because the future is bright. It starts with a podcast. All right. I'm PK.